Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for January 24, 2024. And in the news this evening, 26-year-old man charged with raping 7-year-old cousin in Trelawney. A 26-year-old man has been charged following the alleged sexual abuse of his 7-year-old cousin in Trelawney. Alton Vernon, otherwise called Beko, from the parish, was charged with rape after police launched an investigation into the incident that happened at his home on Saturday morning. Reports reaching the news indicate that around 10:30 a.m., the child's mother was searching for her when she reportedly saw her slippers at the doorway to Vernon's home. The mother made checks and knocked, and her daughter reportedly opened the door. Vernon was reportedly seen putting on his underpants. The child reportedly told her mother that the accused sexually molested her. A report was made to the Ulster Spring police and Vernon was arrested. Following investigations, he was subsequently charged on Monday. Gregory Roberts found guilty of murdering Shanika Gray. The man on trial for the killing of 15-year-old Shanika Gray in 2017, Gregory Roberts, has been found guilty. The verdict was handed down in the St. James Circuit Court around 12:35 p.m. The 7-member jury was sent to deliberate the case shortly after Supreme Court Judge Justice Bertram Morrison completed his summation at around 11:05 a.m. on Wednesday. Gray, who was a grade 10 student, was found dead 3 days after she had been reported missing. She was last seen alive in Montego Bay, St. James, while on her way home from the funeral of a schoolmate. Roberts and his co-accused Mario Morrison were later taken into custody in connection with the killing. Morrison pleaded guilty in September 2022 after entering a plea deal with the state and was sentenced to life in prison a month later. Body of 12-year-old boy found in Kingston Harbor. The body of a 12-year-old boy who is suspected to have drowned was today discovered in the Kingston Harbor. He is Karif Michener, who was a student at Tivoli Gardens High School. The teen is of a Mountain View address. It is reported that on Tuesday, he and the 2 other boys went swimming after school. Michener reportedly got into difficulties and went missing in the water. His body washed up in the harbor around noon today. Investigators are processing the scene. Another man charged in murder of Paulwell's infant daughter and her mother. A man before the court on gun-related offenses has been charged in connection with the kidnapping and murder of opposition lawmaker Philip Paulwell's 10-month-old daughter and her mother. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions today disclosed in a media release that Bijan Black was charged on Friday, January 12, and placed before the Home Circuit Court a voluntary bill of indictment on Wednesday, January 17. Black is the 5th person charged in the case. He is charged with 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of kidnapping, 2 counts of conspiracy to murder, and 2 counts of conspiracy to kidnapping. Black was further remanded and is to return to court on February 9. Alleged mastermind Leoda Bradshaw and her cousin Roland Balfour are also scheduled to appear in court. On that date, the Crown will give the court an update on the state of the case file, and Black is to indicate his legal representation. Former co-accused Rasheen Miller and Richard Brown pleaded guilty last year and are serving time in prison. 10-month-old Saroya Paulwell and her mother, 27-year-old Tashana Patterson, abducted outside their St. Andrew home on September 9 last year and taken to East Kingston, where they were shot and killed. Their bodies were burnt and disposed of. Meanwhile, Black, who was charged with breaches of the Firearms Act on December 20, 2023, appeared before the gun court on Tuesday. He is facing the offenses of possession of prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and dealing in prohibited weapon. He is to go back to court on February 13. Police officers and the prisoners injured in attempted jailbreak at 100-man lockup. The police have shed more light on an attempted jailbreak at a Portmore police station, more popularly known as 100-man, early Wednesday morning. Senior Superintendent Christopher Phillips, commanding officer for the St. Catharines South Division, told the news that about 4:30 a.m., the sergeant on duty was conducting his regular patrol when he heard strange sounds coming from the back of the lockup. On further observation, the sergeant realized that several prisoners who were supposed to be locked in their cell were on the outside, gathered in the passageway. SSP Phillips said the sergeant and another officer had to call for reinforcement as the prisoners barricaded the entrance to the lockup.
They started to throw parts of the toilet that was damaged after the police. They basically attacked the team going in there to call for reinforcement. The team, however, managed to get the situation under control using less lethal options, of course. During the incident, 3 police officers were injured. About 7 prisoners, I was told, sustained minor injuries. We have already made arrangement with the medical team. The doctor is already here attending to those persons. Well, as it is now, we will have to make some repairs to the facility, and so they'll just have to bear with us for now. I do know that they have means of communicating. The sergeant there would usually send out the message to these persons. So just asking them to bear with us for now. They will have some delays and setbacks, but we have to do what is necessary to ensure the security of the facility and those that are inside.
Hugh Faulkner, head of the Independent Commission of Investigations, said a team has been dispatched to the Portmore Police Station to investigate Wednesday's incident at the lockup and reports of injuries to inmates.
Indicom investigators, including a forensic examiner, are at the Portmore Police Station as we speak, following reports of injuries to inmates at that facility. Consequent on any allegation of assault resulting in bodily harm, the authorities are advised to ensure that persons in custody reporting injuries are provided with access to medical attention without delay. That is always a priority for Indicom. In the interim, steps are being pursued to gather evidential material, including forensic exhibits. The investigation is thus in progress.
Clarendon Police recovered stolen goats, a man charged. The Clarendon Police have charged a man with larceny over the theft of goats from farms in Moko. Kevin Rowe, 29, of 4 parts in the parish, was charged on Tuesday after turning himself into the police. Rowe's court date is being finalized. The goats were stolen on Sunday. The police report that a team from the Moko police station was on patrol when they received the information that men suspected to have stolen goats were seen aboard a white Toyota Axio motor car along the Moko Main Road. The vehicle was intercepted and the 3 goats were found. The men reportedly ran. The stolen goats were subsequently returned to their owners. PNP councillors in St. Anne says the funds are being allocated inequitably. The People's National Party Minority Councillors Caucus within the St. Anne Municipal Corporation is claiming that there is inequity in the allocation of funds under the Special Grant for Repairs Fund. The fund is designated for emergencies and the special allocations towards road-related projects. The caucus of councillors, led by Winston Brown, says a program sanctioned through the SGR has resulted in a significant discrepancy in the distribution of funds among councillors. The PNP councillors are claiming that 11 Jamaica Labour Party councillors have been granted between $2.75 million and $3.7 million for projects in their respective divisions, while a mere $1 million each was allocated to the 5 People's National Party councillors. Mr. Brown said the apparent imbalance in distribution of funds is an affront to constituents in PNP-led divisions. In a subsequent interview with the news, Councillor for Beecher Town, Ian Bell, said he rejected the revelation from Mr. Brown that the instruction came from local government Minister Desmond McKenzie.
He said further investigation revealed that the CEO is saying that it is instructions from the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development. I said to him, Councillor, I do not believe that Minister McKenzie operates this way. I believe it is a lie from the pit of hell if they are going to include the minister's name. Because what they do, because they know when they call minister's name, we will always back off and leave it like that. But I said to them, knowing Mr. McKenzie, he will never give this type of instructions. And I would call a couple of the JLP councillors and say, councillor, I get a 3.7 here. How things with you, man? And he said, boy, I see same thing me get. Right? And I call another one and I say, me get a 3.7 boy, the useful, you know, do a nice project. He said, boy, the thing about me, I was penny. So I would have done my own investigation in a smart way. Yes? So there's no lie to it.